Thanks. Thanks, everyone, to our press conference for our Europa League game against Real Sociedad tomorrow night. We have Ruben Amorim and Patrick Dorgu. Please identify who your question is for. Let's start with Simon.
Hi, Ruben. Hi, Ruben. In terms of the squad tomorrow, we noticed Lenny Yoro wasn't out there, so I'm guessing he's out. How's things looking? Mason Mount too soon?
Mason Mount is too soon. Lenny's out. Harry Maguire cannot play this one, but I hope to have him for Sunday. Manu is on the squad, and I think there is no one returning.
Is Lenny a long-term thing? Or?
No. It's not a long-term, but he cannot play this game and the other game.
Just wanted to ask as well, the stadium plans were unveiled yesterday. What did you make of them when you saw them and the project this club has?
It's an amazing stadium, like should be, but it's in the future, 5 years from now. So we have to focus on the present, and I'm really excited to win things in Old Trafford. That is our focus.
Ruben, Simon Stone, BBC. Sir Jim Ratcliffe gave some interviews this week, and he praised you personally, but then made some rather disparaging comments about some of your players being either not good enough or being overpaid. First of all, what's your reaction to what he said? And secondly, how do you go about dealing with that when there's such big comments to the players in the dressing room?
I think if we being not honest, in this moment, everybody, me, all the players, we are underperforming this season. So we can always change that. So I include myself in that part of underperforming. And you are talking about players like Casemiro, for example, that won everything. And we know that these kind of players can play so much better. So that is the focus, and he was honest on that. So the focus is to change his mind and to change all the people's minds.
Do you have confidence the players will have that attitude? They will have heard those comments as well. The likes of Casemiro, they will go out and try and prove the owner wrong?
Yeah, I think it's the right way to do it. If you are a top player and you play in this club, even me, a lot of people say that I'm not good enough for the club, and my feeling is that you can change that with results. So I think they in training I feel that they want this really bad, and especially for tomorrow.
Paul.
Hi, Ruben. Another thing that Jim Ratcliffe was speaking about was his relationship with you. He said you quite often have quite frank conversations between yourselves. Can you just give us a bit more insight into that and what your working relationship is like with him?
It's really good since day one. I think we are really blunt and honest with each other. It's a little bit the character. We are quite similar. That I always felt the support of the board, and especially from Sir Jim. I cannot tell you the conversations, but are a simple conversation, clear conversations, and honest conversations.
James.
Ruben, you just on your own future, you're very honest and very candid, and you have been in recent weeks, and you say everything will always be governed by results, but the owner and the chief executive were incredibly supportive of you this week. Does that give you a lot of confidence that they view you as a vital sort of part of this long-term project?
I already knew that. All these conversations I already had in the past with them. After matches, they went to the dressing room, talked to me to explain this. But to say it publicly is really good for the coach. But I continue to say the same thing. We need results, and we need to improve the team. But since day one, I felt the support from everybody here.
I will take one for Patrick. Beth.
Hi, Patrick. What was it about Ruben Amorim, his system, and Manchester United that made you want to join?
Yeah, obviously I saw Ruben in Sporting before he came, and I could already see the ideas he had. So it's a very attacking system, and I would like to get in the box and score goals, and obviously also defend.
On your first game, you played on the right side for Manchester United. You've played on the right, you've played on the left. Which side do you personally prefer playing on?
I don't have a it's just it's the boss that takes the decision, and I'm comfortable playing on both sides.
And then quickly, Ruben, to you as well. Sir Jim recently spoke and he said that Manchester United would have run out of money by December 2025. Based on results this year, clearly there's investment needed in the squad. Are you confident, with other top teams probably going to spend over 100 million, Arsenal have got them plans this summer, that you'll have the money to invest in your team to compete at the highest level?
We have a clear plan to address next season. Of course, we have Europa League also, and you can reach Champions League. We never know. It's far from this moment, but you never know. It can change the preparation for next season. So we have a plan. We know what to do. We know that we are in the difficult moment, but the most important thing again is to have a plan and to know what to do and what kind of players you need to bring.
Does it still involve potentially selling key players to get that money in?
We'll see. In this moment, we just focus, especially in this competition, that can change everything. So let's focus on the game tomorrow.
Chris.
Patrick, please. Patrick, how have you found settling into English football, and how frustrating was it to get that red card against Ipswich and the 3-match ban that followed?
It was obviously not nice to get the red card, but it's part of football, and I just need to learn from this and improve my game. And I've settled well into Manchester. The trainings are good, and I'm getting going well with the team.
All right.
Another one for Patrick, if I may. Wing-back role seems very important in Ruben's system. What kind of thing has he been saying to you once you've been in the team that he wants from you?
Yeah, he's talking about obviously the connection with the other players, the midfielders, the 10s is more of the connection and a lot of deep runs and movement.
Dave.
Hi, Ruben. You mentioned everything can change if you were to go all the way in the Europa League this.
Ruben Amorim handed an injury boost as first-team star returns to Man United training ahead of Real Sociedad clash. Mason Mount has returned to first-team training at Manchester United ahead of the Europa League clash with Real Sociedad at Old Trafford on Thursday night. Mount has been absent since the Manchester derby in mid-December after suffering the latest setback in an injury-hit career at United since joining from Chelsea for €60 million in the summer of 2023. But after missing the last 19 games for Ruben Amorim's side, Mount was seen back training with his teammates at Carrington Wednesday morning as United prepared for the second leg against Sociedad. The teams are level at 1-1 in the last 16 tie following last week's first leg in San Sebastian. The 26-year-old is one of a number of United players who have been out of action, with Amad Diallo and Lisandro Martinez set to miss the rest of the season in Kobbie Mainoo, Harry Maguire, Manuel Ugarte, Lenny Yoro, Luke Shaw, Altay Bayender and Johnny Evans all on the sidelines recently. Speaking before last weekend's draw with Arsenal, Amorim predicted Mount's comeback as he said Kobbie can return. Maguire, we have to be careful. Manu will return. I think Luke Shaw and Mason Mount can return also. They are definitely going to return, especially Mason Mount. Here is an edifice to Sir Jim Ratcliffe's dreams and ambition for Man United, writes Chris Wheeler, but some fans will never be happy with the idea of bulldozing Old Trafford to the ground thinking big or a circus big top. The gateway to an exciting future or an insult to the past. With a club the size of Manchester United, you are never going to please everyone. Not with a global fan base like theirs. As Sir Jim Ratcliffe chatted in front of an audience at the offices of Foster Partners on Tuesday, he recounted the story of being one of the first Westerners to cross the Mongolian border from the Gobi Desert after COVID. They didn't want to see our passports, just talk about Manchester United, he smiled. Some fans were never going to be happy at the prospect of bulldozing Old Trafford to the ground, preferring to see the place redeveloped. United aren't the first club to face accusations of heresy for leaving their spiritual home, albeit by a few meters. Manchester United unveiled plans to build a stunning new Old Trafford under a vast umbrella. The project has been spearheaded by minority owner Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Ineos, who are in charge of football operations. Some will embrace change, particularly if it means a 25,000 increase in capacity, the kind of status and income that puts United back among the high rollers, and a roof capable of keeping the rain out. There will be others who would rather see the money invested in a team that currently languishes in 14th place in the Premier League table. But it has been clear for some time that a brand new stadium is Ratcliffe's preference, and his vision was displayed in all its glory in London on Tuesday. Talk of a €2 billion project seemed rather incongruous, coming just a day after he stared down the lens of a TV camera and predicted that United, one of the world's biggest clubs, could have gone bust by Christmas. It is hard to imagine he and the Glazer family watching their crown jewel disappear down the plug hole without lifting a finger, but maybe the doomsday prediction was designed with Tuesday's events in mind. But it has been clear for some time that a brand new stadium is Ratcliffe's preference, and his vision was displayed in all its glory in London on Tuesday. Talk of a €2 billion project seemed rather incongruous, coming just a day after he stared down the lens of a TV camera and predicted that United, one of the world's biggest clubs, could have gone bust by Christmas. It is hard to imagine he and the Glazer family watching their crown jewel disappear down the plug hole without lifting a finger, but maybe the doomsday prediction was designed with Tuesday's events in mind. It remains a conceptual design for now, not the finished article. But Sir Jim is rather pleased, we were told, so it would be a surprise if the stadium that opens sometime around 2030 doesn't look remarkably like the designs we saw in London. What if the fans don't like it? There is still time for consultation, came the reply. Only there won't be. This is happening and always was. Get with it. The circus is coming to town.